let's get right into the news.
Alright, so what we're going to be talking about today, something new on the channel I want to try is basically daily discussions. So we're here in Dunkin' Donuts. Every time me and CALEAN come here, it's kind of like we talk here for like 2, almost 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah, last time was like 3 hours.
Almost 3 hours. We just sat in this spot and just talked. We do it all the time, usually when he's in town. So
it was like, we gotta start recording these, man. These are quality.
Yeah, we need some great like feedback with each other, great discussions as well. So like honestly, we want to just keep doing that. So we might do a podcast. So if I can get a few likes or just some comments and feedback on if you guys want podcasts after this video, just let me know. We can work something out. We can get a studio going. We can get 5 microphones so you know sounds in the background. So if I get copyrighted, whatever, I'm not too worried about it. But I already got one copyright strike. If I get another one, then I'll have to chill out. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So first thing we're going to be talking about probably is going to be the biggest topic right now, like
the talk of the town.
Talk of the town on the community, social media. Logan,
the one and only
Logan Paul. So basically, how we feel about this. This will be kind of non-biased. So we kind of like, we will be real with it. We're gonna be like, not super opinionated, but like we're gonna be like real, like how we really feel. So I'll start with you. How do you feel about this whole like suicide video bull crap that's going on?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to agree with like the general hype with, or I guess the bandwagon that everyone's freaking out that it was wrong of him to upload that, which I agree. I mean, have some respect for the guy's family.
Yeah.
I mean, you can laugh or do whatever you want off camera. I mean, whatever you do in your time, I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you're uploading it to millions of people to watch, and there's no censor on it, then I think that crosses a line there. So
I agree. Like, and not to like just bounce off like the train and like just be all like hop aboard it. Like all I really want to say about it is like I agree with you that like it's really messed up, and they're gonna if you want to do that off camera, like that's fine. Like I know that there's many people out there that make those kind of jokes, and people say, oh, I want to kill myself, but jokingly. But suicide's a serious like problem, and there's like there's people like Logic made a song about it, and it blew up and saved like hundreds of lives, and like I understand that to an extent. The censor boring it out, like that would have been like really good. It's kind of messed up because again, respect for the family. Like he killed himself for a reason that we're never gonna know. So like to laugh about that, it's like really meant like someone like took it that far to actually kill themselves in suicide forest. I think they found another day to like go to that forest to kill themselves, and they didn't like get the opportunity to like save it.
Right.
And so he's like going there. He travels to make a video to make money. Suicide forest, and like then he makes that thumbnail, and then like with the title like a dead guy. I was like, that's kind of messed up. Like for money, that's kind of mean.
Yeah, imagine doing that somewhere in the U.S. to someone's dad or kid or brother or sister or something.
It's like you go to someone's grave and you just start laughing, right? It's kind of like the same concept. It's like like they died, like that's not funny.
Yeah.
Like life's a little too short for that. And I was emotionally attached to it a little bit. I've known that it's committed suicide in my family, but like it's death is kind of huge. So I don't like that people like really joke about it like all the time. Like haha, like he finally died. Like we joke about it until they're actually dead.
Yeah.
And so my biggest thing was like when I saw Keemstar's video, I came up to date with him, and he basically like showed that like the editor, like Logan Paul's editor, like okayed the thing. They said they talked about it for hours to make that thumbnail and title. Like, and you still think about like that's like a marketing scheme. It's like, oh, we can get the most clicks and the most like money if we put this in the thumbnail. And I get it for money. I understand, but like have some respect. Like to say, oh, we went to suicide forest, like gone wrong. You don't have to show that part. I mean, that would get just as much clicks.
You could have done like a reaction video after, like guys who was crazy or something.
You could have done different.
I don't know. I just think kind of hit a blank here, but I don't know. I think everyone's like, there's definitely a double standard because I mean, yes, everyone's hating on him. I agree that he shouldn't have done it. Really, it makes it bad just because it was premeditated. Basically, he planned it. Like, I get the whole like spur of the moment, like I gotta upload this or whatever. But the fact that he doesn't even edit his videos, and they did it for hours.
About it. Yeah,
they
discuss
like whether to do it or not.
To upload that video too.
That's just like what I think makes it wrong, because he made those apology videos, made all that other stuff, and he's like, a momentary lapse in judgment is what he said.
Yeah.
So it was definitely not momentary when you discuss it for hours.
Yeah, like you were like, well, you see, like, and he's got 15 million subscribers. I mean, he's got money out the wazoo, man. Like he's loaded. Like he's set for a long time.
Right.
I don't think one video is really gonna do it. And like, what I'm really upset about is how even if this video gets taken out from YouTube, if they ever see it, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, like I know all my information on Keemstar's video, so go check him out. It's Drama Alert on YouTube. But basically, Keemstar put out, and I saw a few of his tweets. He put out like, "Yo, like, how did Logan's video not get taken down?
Right.
For showing a dead body, like a real, like not stuff, not fake, a real dead body in a forest with a guy with a name and a family." But Keemstar said, "Don't watch Logan and Jake Paul because it's bad for the kids." And that's the next topic we'll talk about. It's the kids watching it and their audience of why that's messed up. Now, like, for us, it's whatever. Like we play video games.
Yeah, like we're old enough. Like we know. I guess the real world.
Yeah.
Like we can handle basically whatever.
Yeah, sure. We're only like around like 19, 20 years old. But like at the same time, it's like kids though, right? Let's jump into the Logan's audience and Jake Paul's audience as well as brother.
I think that's definitely the main problem here. Is the worst part about it is his influence is the younger generation.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be as bad if it was mostly 20-year-olds watching. You'd be like, come on, man, that's kind of messed up.
Like have some self-respect.
Yeah, have some respect for yourself, the family. Like, just use some common sense here.
Agreed.
But when you're showing 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds
like this
dead
content, and then
like,
you
laughing about suicide, and
it's like you're cracking jokes. Like heat of the moment, like off camera, man, do what you want. 'Cause I know plenty of times I've joked about kind of bad stuff, and like I should, right? But I didn't do it for publicity. Like, I think that's the kind of the kicker is. I didn't do it for attention. I didn't like, oh, haha, like I wasn't trying to be an attention whore for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't greedy for money. It's like someone tempted me to do it. It's like, oh, my life's on the line.
yeah.
And the younger generation, there could be a double standard with that, and at the same time, like, then again, no one was really like looking at us because like the worst part is people like Logan's kind of brainwashing these kids because he put his tweet out, which was very boastful at the same time. I didn't agree with. I thought his apology was terrible and awful.
Right.
He was still trying to brag about himself, like at the same time, saying that he has all this money, he didn't need to make that video. Like, you don't gotta say that. Like, we get it. We know you're famous. We know that you're known. All because of Vine, and then now you're a YouTuber and you're big.
Yeah.
Good job, you made it. But like, I don't know. I'm not drawing a blank. It's.
I think it just goes all back to money and the kids. Like, that's his biggest audience.
Yeah.
And kind of like what you were talking about, like the double standard. I'm going to go back to that for a second. Like, for anyone that's like, I'm going to say like 16 and up, has probably been through like the Modern Warfare 2 days, like 2009, 10, like around that time. So like my generation, your generation, like what were we like back then?
Yeah. Also, because I wish I could go back in time, and just look and see, what was I saying back
like,
then?
what was I laughing at?
Yeah,
what was I saying?
What was I joking
What
about?
were we watching, listening to?
Exactly. And then the listening to, we can go into music in just a second too as well. The biggest part is like, it blows my mind because like, I know like for at least our generation, like, because we're the same age, like we were like swearing like when we were like in 5th grade, 6th grade, like just getting into middle school and stuff. Was huge. I mean, like if you swore, like you were like the badass. Yeah. You were cool, right? Now, like you got like young kids that say it like out of nowhere, and it's like their language.
Yeah, I'm like taken back, and then I'm like,
whoa.
Like, I guess I was like that, but
I guess I was trying to be cool like that. I remember we went to the video game store all the time right after school, drinking monsters, knowing we're not supposed to, and like staying up late, we were rebels, and like that was my double standard. That like, we can't really judge the younger generation for being them because of the influences we have. Because who do we listen to? Who do we watch back when we were young? Like we watched, you know, like MTV when that was a big thing, and
Right.
you know, a lot of influences for like money and like fame were huge, and being the cool kid, dressing a certain way.
Dude, listening to like drugs, money, and sex.
It's like that's the cool thing now, because you look up to older people, right? You look up to the 8th graders, or like in your middle school, then you look up to the seniors and stuff in your high school, and like, oh, what are they doing? I want to be cool like them, because it's a social status, right? It's a mental block in your head saying, I want to be accepted.
I need to be cool.
I want a place. Yeah, I want a place. I want to feel like I have purpose, right? So that's what's messed up. Because we listened to maybe like Lil Wayne when he was popular.
Lil Wayne, old Eminem, not the new Eminem.
Yeah, not his newest album. Yeah, sorry, Eminem, your newest album was not good. I hate we talk about
some
politics.
of it was fine.
There's a few 1 or 2 songs that are good in the album. Other than that, man, you really got.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You're a great artist. You know, yeah.
But your old stuff, I love it.
Yeah, your old stuff, man. Like in your prime, you were best rapper, like in my opinion.
Anyways,
we go back on this. We listened to like what old school Lil Wayne. We listened to Eminem. We listened to Drake when he was just getting big around like 2011, like 2013, around, like prime Drake, right? People say now he's in his prime, but that's the topic for another day. And then also like who else did we listen to?
I mean, we also listened to like a lot of other stuff. That's I guess the difference between our generation and like the new kids with like the Logan Paul, J. Paul stuff is like we also were back far enough where there weren't like cell phones as a kid, and so like, we still listen to rock and play like Guitar Hero.
Yeah, we play like those like the old games. And, like, the way you only listen to music was either you had like a little MP3 player
or something,
an iPod. Yeah, you had like those little things,
or
you had when you had to buy CDs and like burn them for like. To put in put in your playlist, right? And it's like, yes, that's what changed. We have phones, and I'm not saying I want to go back to that.
No, I don't want to go back.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
Times were different.
Times were different, and that's what our parents say to us. That times were different. Times were different, and I wish people would really realize that, because we're in 2018. I was about to say 2017. Like now we're 2018, right? And like we're young to like the older people, right? But for our generation,
we're looking at the kids in middle school like, man, those kids are like. So little.
And it's crazy because like what blows my mind a little bit too is how the generations have changed. Like I remember when like kissing in middle school was like the biggest thing. It's like oh my gosh, they kiss. I was like equivalent to when adults had sex and stuff. Yeah. And now in middle school, all I hear from like I have little cousins and stuff, and I hear that
smoking those jewels.
Yeah, kids are smoking jewels, which I'll get on that in another video. You guys want to hear about the jewel topic, and we'll talk about Jules, hookahs, vapes, and we'll even talk about smoking. We'll talk about smoking in general. So that'll probably be our next.
Basically, they're doing all kinds of stuff that we never did in middle school.
We never would have thought of, because we had this thing called DARE, right? And I know some of my viewers are gonna know that. Like we had DARE, like because like back then drinking and smoking was not cool. Like it was like frowned upon. Like no one thought it was cool.
Well, yeah, you were like brainwashed growing up, and I guess it was a good thing. Yeah. Like knowing like smoking's bad for you, drinking's bad for you. Like don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs. You're gonna
and just say no and walk away. Like plenty of times in our lives, I know we've done that. Like, because that's what we were trained to do. Where it's not right. Like we shouldn't do that. Like how our parents
culturally, like the stigmatism was it's not cool. So like it was more accepting to not do it. But I guess now the tables have turned, and it's cool to do that.
Like you're not. It's like back in like the 60s, 70s when like smoking, not just weed, like smoking cigarettes. It was like
the thing.
It was prescribed. Like it was prescribed to people because it's like the good thing to do. Like you were the cool kid if you smoked, right? Yeah. So now, I guess times have come. Like history, like the saying, history repeats itself. Yeah. It's a very true statement. So like it's like war. War will never change because history repeats itself. Right. Again, not to get political, but like it's the way tables have turned. Yeah. What else was it? Like I said, the kissing thing. So basically, from kids, when we were in middle school, kissing was like, whoa, you kissed a girl and everything. But now, kids in middle school are like having sex and trying to get condoms and stuff. And I'm like, whoa. And they're like, Nate, where do you hear this? I'm like, I hear because I have younger cousins, and I have like, my friends have younger siblings, and that's all I hear about is that drama. And I'm like, whoa. Who would have thought, right?
Dude, it blows my mind.
Yeah. Like there's always that one couple, right? Yeah. That
everyone's like,
whoa, right? Yeah. But now, like, it's like, that's the norm. Like that, like when they hang out, like that's what is
Yeah.
supposed to happen. It's just like, why did that become a thing?
Yeah, like where did the 5 years of like maturing get
Exactly.
compressed down to the middle
I
school
agree,
at?
and like I'm not gonna even throw out names here because I know I might have a viewer that might not like this, but like I have someone that I know personally,
Right.
and now I'm gonna jump on the music topic of what I think. Now again, now the older generation, like the generation before us, could think our music today is complete whack and trash, and I can respect that. There's no double standards there. I can see where they're coming from. Now, granted, we did listen to their old music and we accepted it,
Right.
Because we liked it, like an old school Eminem,
Right,
some
like
DMX back
we
in the
didn't
day.
have, we couldn't just SoundCloud or YouTube.
Yeah, we
like
couldn't, like, just look
every
up a
song was like,
It was on the radio. That's where you found stuff.
like you weren't gonna get on YouTube on AOL. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like
was it AOL?
Yeah, it was AOL.
Yeah.
AOL was like the big
America
thing. And like
Online.
Internet Explorer when it first came out, before Google Chrome, before
Yeah.
Firefox, before like all the other browsers.
Right.
And
You're like, Mom, get off the phone. I gotta plug the
exactly.
internet back in.
And then we would call people on the house phone.
Right.
Like, hey, yo, you want to hang out? Or hey, yo, let's do something. Or you hear this, you hear about that. Like, and that was the thing now. And now we have cell phones, so I could Snapchat you, I could text you, I could do whatever I want, and I'm good.
Like, just to like make sure like we're on point. This is basically relating to how like that generation, why they're more accepting. Like just to bring it back real quick to the Logan Paul to kind of wrap it up like culturally.
Yeah.
Why they're more accepting and like the whole double standard thing.
Yeah.
We're just trying to put it in perspective, like what were we doing back then and everything, and why does his audience, because there's that whole thing on Twitter, like all his fans are like, oh, we accept you, like,
you're okay.
It's okay, man, like, do better, whatever.
Yeah. And that's like messed up.
So like, most people think that's messed up, and we're just trying to go back and look at it from like a middle school perspective.
Yeah, we're like
why do they think it's okay?
Yeah.
So.
And because like we can't be like, oh, like one-sided. I always tell everybody, and everybody was like, I'm like, look at it from a different point of view. Like put yourself in their shoes. You might not be able to walk a mile in your shoes, and that's okay. But like try to
just try to look at it.
Like don't be like closed-minded to a discussion or a topic. Like definitely like open-minded. Like you can be like, you know, there's things you can be like serious about and you don't want to talk about. And I get that. Like there's some things that are really sensitive to. You're just saying no.
Right.
Like when it comes to this kind of stuff, definitely open up your mind. Like listen. Like okay, don't like try to block it out because you know you might be wrong, and that's what I hate too. People when they know that they're wrong, they'll close you out. Yeah. They won't listen, and it happens to me. Like when I get double teamed or and people are dogging on me, I'll shut down. And you're like, no, I'm right.
I
completely understand.
It takes a lot of discipline and practice to be able to say, yeah, I'm wrong, and accept it, and then learn.
And that's what I do. Like in these past few months, like I learned, like I've actually listened to people, and someone tells me like that, and it's awesome. Like listening's like the best tribute, like the best like attribute I think I'm getting now, because I like to listen now, and like just not giving it feedback, just to listen. Like it's like okay, I hear you. Now do you want feedback? Right? Here's my opinion. Don't get mad when I give you my opinion because you asked for it, and that's something I don't do. But that's again, these are topics we can spiel around for other videos and stuff. If you guys want that, just let us know. Just hit me up and just like, comment, and subscribe to that. We'll jump. The last thing we'll talk about is the music.
Right.
The new rappers.
Oh, and then we got one other thing, man. We'll go back to the generations thing.
Okay, the swatting. Okay.
We do music first.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We can.
Either way, times have changed. It's a crazy world.
And what's be crazy is in 5 more years, times will change even more.
And then we're gonna look back at 2018 and be like,
what were we thinking, right? You know, it's funny because like the year or like some month or a day can change so much.
Right.
And I guess I'll jump on music just while it's hot on my brain. He was wondering like with the new rappers, and not because they throw Will in their front name, not that at all. I don't hate on that. Like there's a few rappers I don't like in general, and not just because Nick, that's because like what about your parents? They probably don't like who you listen to, and they don't like that kind of stuff.
For sure.
I'm like for sure, agreed. But here's the thing, like when I listen to music, I listen to it lyrically.
Right.
I listen to it like usually because like with Eminem, he had stories, and Lil Wayne, like and there's punchlines, right?
Right. Dude, we literally were listening to Lil Wayne the other day to songs from like years and years ago.
From like
and then we
the
just
Carter 3, like his best album in my opinion.
we were just listening to some of the lyrics and we're like, damn, we never caught
We
that
never
back
caught
then.
that until today, till we realized like there's more to music than just like the beat and then
mumble rap.
And mumble rap and like, you know, just something to vibe to. And there's music today that I like just to vibe to and I don't care about the lyrics. And there's some songs I listen
fine,
to.
but like I think the problem with it is that's all they listen to, and they haven't experienced like lyrical genius.
Like someone's like there's actual talent. Like I remember
they haven't been exposed to it, I guess is the problem. Like they're only looking online at like the top 50 chart or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
or what's cool, right? What's accepted. Again, it goes back to the whole like getting accepted thing, right? And like, what's the cool thing? You don't want to get roasted or exposed online.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be listening to like Maroon 5 or something. Everyone's jamming the Lil Pump or something.
Everyone's pumping Lil Pump. Which I can say I don't like him. I think he's a terrible rapper. And I saw a tweet which made me really, really upset. They said, well, like Lil Pump's not good because of his lyrics. He's good because of his energy. I'm like, that is no. You got the best energy in the world. You go get testosterone, however you say it, just triple X or what X you can call him that, whatever you want to say.
X tentacles.
Yeah, X tentacles, whatever you want to say. Right? Like he had in the song "Look at Me," his energy was through the roof, but the song was awful. Like there's the lyrics that made no sense. There's no story behind it. There's nothing to the song. The beat was bad, so it would blow your eardrums out.
All it was is to try and hype people.
It was a hype song, right? There's nothing wrong with the hype song. When I listen to music when I work out, I have hype music, right? And that's what.
So you can have the energy but still fail lyrically.
Exactly. And some people are like, well, I don't listen to just the lyrics because it's not. Well, okay, that's fine. That's your way of music, but know that like when your music isn't like good. Now, again, the argument can go back to...
I mean, everyone has their own taste.
Nothing wrong with that. But
people, I think people just need to broaden their musical like spectrum
for sure.
And not hate on other genres when you only listen to something such as the new rap.
Agreed. I grew up listening to rock and stuff. And I was born in church. There's no religions in this at all. I was born in church, so all I really was a lot of Christian music and just rock and stuff, because that's in jazz. So my dad,
that's how you were raised.
I was raised that way, right? Nothing wrong with that. I expanded because I wanted to learn something new, and the hip stuff was rap and hip hop was coming out, and it was getting big. So I listened to that, and I really liked it. Probably the best thing that could have happened to me. I love it because there's stories behind that kind of stuff. Like it's poetry, like like in literature, like poetry is like a story, right? There's a reason behind it. There's always a reason for something, so that's why it's there. That's why music's a big thing. That's why rap's like such a big thing, because when you can talk about it. I got exposed to R&B, and now it's my favorite genre because the stories behind it. Yeah, usually it's about like maybe sex or about some love.
Right. You can really connect.
You can connect because there's an emotional attachment. I don't find emotional connection to like X or whatever. Like can't. He says Gucci in it, right? But like, I don't own Gucci, so I can't relate to that. Now, and like half these kids don't even own it either.
Yeah, the problem is lyrically, like there's no emotional attachment or anything behind Lil Pump or any of that. Like the old stuff, like not to keep going back to Eminem, but like just go back to his old songs where he was rapping about his life, his emotions, his experiences,
his kid,
and it's like it was real,
drama,
raw, like how he felt. It was meaningful.
Yeah, and there's a story, right?
Yeah, there's a story
to be told, so people don't
like same with like Logic and his song about suicide
and anxiety. Like the whole album, it's called Everybody because it can relate to someone. Like everyone can relate to that because I don't know who you are, you will relate to that. And that's what's funny to me because people think, oh, it's just a bad album. Like, okay, what's in the lyrics? Like, tell me you're not attached to it. You ever had an anxiety attack before? You've never been depressed. You've never thought about suicide. Really, you've never. Really, like, well, life got too hard, and that's why I hate people don't listen to that stuff. Like, and not to throw back to old rappers that we listened to. Yeah. But Lil Wayne, like. People didn't, like when I was growing up, right? I was the one kid that liked him, but no one else in my friend group really liked him because no one understood. Because here with me, he changes his like story or his message every 2 lines. And I'm like, okay, he might, but there's always a story.
Listen to it,
and like he did it for punchlines.
Yeah, it really goes and dissects each part of it.
He's a genius. No one can deny that fact. Now, also Kanye, old Kanye. Oh, like you can't like he had story. There's reasons why the albums were made in a certain order. Exactly. So there's arguments for everything. That's why I think they need to be exposed to like this old music that we call it now. It's only like 5-6 years old. For us, that can come across as old music. That's just the way a generation works. That's our terminology. Like when I go to my 28-year-olds or whatever, like my friends that I work with, and I was like, I'm like, wow, this is my gem. I'm like, that's like old.
Yeah, for me, like,
Yeah, it's old. Like, I can't believe that kind of like blew up. They're like, wow, I know every lyric, I know everything about it. I'm like,
that's just like 5 years old,
5
man.
years ago. And they're like, that was my jam. I'm like, not for me. Because, you know, because music gets old really quick, right?
Yeah.
And that's because we demand more. See, people like us, I demand more lyrical stuff. I want like a story behind your music. I'm a huge fan of Travis Scott because I've been to a concert and I wasn't going into that concert. I was a fan because I knew a few songs. I knew like Goosebumps and Beeps and the Trap and, you know, a few songs from the past that weren't really that big. I was like, all right, cool. I went there and he changed my exciting experience because he had energy. He cared about his fans and he had a story between everything.
And the lyrics.
And the lyrics were pretty good. I mean, and now they're not like there's no huge story behind the lyrics, but like it puts you in a good mood and it lifts you up. So I'm like. I love this. So I listen to more stuff by him, and every album I love now. Right? Now that could be biased. People can say Travis Scott's not good, but I think he's on the rise. Now people can say, what about Migos? I'm like, yes, they make some bangers. Like they make some straight bangers.
Right. I mean, I thought all Quality Control was
pretty good. The album Quality Control was pretty good. I thought Culture when it came out, half those songs were pretty good. Some songs are I don't really care for them, but. Old Migos, right? When Versace first came out. Whoever's that song?
Everyone did. Dude, I remember like I used to hate on people for listening to Migos back then.
Back in the day, because
it was not cool.
Yeah, because it was like, who's Migos? And like, what the heck? Like, everyone listened to that song.
It was like the new age rap, and we're still listening to like
Drake.
The real Slim Shady.
Yeah, the real Slim Shady. Right? And we're still like, because we're not. But then eventually,
we weren't exposed to it, so it was out of the norm. So people didn't approve of it.
Then when we expanded our reach, what happened?
You're like, hey, this
makes sense and it's actually good, and it's like, and that's what I love about all this. Like that, when you open up your mind, and like not just because we're friends and like we can talk about this kind of stuff, and it's not that big of a deal because like I can argue. There are gonna be debates where we can
be like, my little Wayne.
Oh yeah, like back in the day, man. I remember going out and play basketball with my friends at the Y. And I would be getting roasted by everybody saying, wow, you think Logan's the best rapper ever? I'm like, I think at the moment, right now in the game, I think he's one of the best. They're like, no way, man, he's terrible, he's trash, he uses auto-tune. I'm like, everybody uses auto-tune.
Should have just stuck with Party in the USA.
Exactly, man. I should have just stuck with, like the normal.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. That song's still in the banger, man. I don't care how old you are or where you're from.
Any of the 2010 people out there.
2010.
Well,
I haven't made
anyone like within like 8 years of that.
Oh, for sure. From 2008 to like 2011. I think it was like an early song for sure.
That's when it was popular with me. So that's what
for us. So don't hate on that. That's a banger. I don't care what you say. But I made a playlist. Back in our day, for like Model 2, because that's when gaming got huge for us. That was like the biggest game, right?
Yeah, you would go and hear Train in every lobby, or
exactly, and that's when like music we played over the microphones. Right now, you hear that you knew the person right away.
Yeah,
but you wanted to.
Back then, you're jamming out to Train. You had Miley Cyrus, some Drake,
Coldplay. You had like
definitely Coldplay.
Yeah, you had a lot of good stuff that like I have a whole playlist from going back in songs like playing like teaser points. And that's like that's not the rap, that's not the normal, right? But if you heard it, it's like okay, I'm into it, right?
Imagine going back and listening to that stuff through those little one-year
pieces.
Dude, we would cringe at the quality now.
Oh my gosh, for sure. In the TV quality, and we thought those graphics were like the best things in the world. Remember that? Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, going back to how generations change. Throwback to the square TV.
Square TVs, like it's like square, but it's like a rounded thing, like it's like rounded almost, like in the front. So
kids have it too good now.
Like here's the box or whatever for the TV, and then like it goes like around like that.
Yeah.
I had a TV like that. So I think we dragged it on a little long. Then we jumped on some new topics that we crunched down on in the other videos for sure.
Should we hit the last one or save it for another day?
We can probably save that one for another day. Probably not batteries or anything, or other than that. But I think this was way better than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well.
Pretty well. The atmosphere is fine. Hopefully they can hear us very well. I'll be very upset if they can't hear the audio.
That's gonna really.
That'd be a really big kicker.
Because I can't reshoot this with the same quality.
And we can't because then it's scripted. And then we don't want that. And hopefully the music doesn't ruin it. So if for some reason this doesn't go well, we can try to do this in my car where it's isolated, and we can have background music for like that won't get demonetized.
Yeah.
Or throw background music in there.